Welcome, one and everyone, to this week's episode of Scotch and Smoke Rings, episode 230. 230 weeks of these fine shows, this fine program. We've got a lot to cover today. A fantastic show, even though my brother didn't show. That's right, for those of you who have been following me on social media, I announced yesterday and then again today that my brother was going to be co-hosting with his beautiful wife, but sadly that fell through. And it's really not their fault. I can't say that they bailed because they were going to come, but remember how last week I was sick and I did the show anyway? Well, it's true. Scotch is a cure because I was feeling pretty great after that. And sadly not in time. I ended up getting my beautiful wife and my baby boy sick. So they are both struggling with what I went through last week. They've got all sorts of multicolored liquids coming out of every pore and crevice, which I'm sure you wanted to know. And so my brother and his beautiful wife decided not to come today. And that's a shame. But they will be by sometime soon, and I still have a great show to get through today. Everybody's commenting on the glasses. Yes, I have my glasses back. Shawarma says, good evening, sir. New classic glasses, indeed. So Hikatsuni says, wonderful specs, thank you. Well, everybody's commenting, I can't say. So, these are an experiment. I just purchased these. They showed up the other day. If you recall your Oxhorn history, I wore a pair of glasses similar to these for years. The very first Oxhorn photos of mine that I ever released back in like 2007 were of me wearing glasses like these, only they were gold. I still have a bit of a cough apparently. And I've got a floor heater that's really hot. Anyway, they were gold instead of this silvery gray color, and I wore them for years, and they were part of classic Oxhorn. Well, I'm going in for a new prescription glasses, and I wanted to purchase a frame. So I'm trying this frame out. And I kind of like it. My wife doesn't terribly like it. But that's one of the reasons why I'm wearing it on the show today. To see how you guys like it. So, your opinions are valuable. El Toro Guaco says, I think the old ones were smaller. Yeah, I'm thinking they might have been. I didn't realize how large these would be. There were 3 sizes. Large, medium, and small. And I got the medium version. And I'm glad I did. The large ones would have been like... just all over. Hey, Zack Attacks is here. Oxhorn, it's been years since I've dropped by for Scotch and Smoke Rings. Has it been years? I recognize your name. And here you are. You're back with us today. So, a pleasure to have you back here, good sir. HT Star asks a great question, and I'll answer it while I'm getting ready for the show. I do have some Scotch, but I also have some Blue Moon beer. It's a seasonal ale, and I'm going to be drinking that today. But to answer your question, yes, 2 or 3 years ago, something like that, I got my eyes lasered, and it cured me of my nearsightedness. And now I have 20/20 vision. However, there is vision that is greater than 20/20 vision, and I got some glasses prescribed for myself back then that gave me greater than 20/20 vision, and I missed that. I really enjoyed being able to see that clearly. But what you may not realize is that as you age, your pupil, I'll do it from this side because of the shade, your pupil, or your cornea will actually twist and rotate within your eyeball. And sometimes, especially if you have an oddly shaped cornea, like mine, that will change the focus of your eyesight. So even if you do get laser vision, if you're too young when you get it, your eyes could change and you might eventually end up needing laser vision again. So, my eyes are still really good. They're still close to 20/20. But I do want to get my glasses back. So, next year I'm going to probably go get these frames, put a prescription lens in them, but right now it's just... Shawarma says no. Whoa. Shawarma says very emotionally that stuff is awful. Oh, this stuff. Oh, this beer. Okay. Yeah, well, I've already had 2. Not today, of course. I bought this last week, and I've had 2 since then, and it's okay. It's not that bad. Let's take a gentlemanly sip. Well, wow, Shawarma is very adamant about his beer selection. Yeah, cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Whew. It's definitely got a whang. But honestly, I don't think it's all that bad. You know what? I turned the brightness down on my monitor because I was getting reflection, and that's just way too dark. So there we go. Brightness is now back up, and now you can see my monitor through my glasses. But oh well, I need to be able to actually read your comments. So Target says, love the E-trains. Are these E-trains? Huh? Doomdoggy says, I did an eye test and the doctor said that you're about 60-60. Is that good or bad? It's either really good or really bad. Anyway, Zack Attack says, no. Okay. HT Star says, Owang. KI6FHX says, a beer with a wang. No. Whang. There is an H. This, incidentally, is why some people actually pronounce the H's in WH words. A whang, right? Not a wang. That would be something different. No, it's a beer with a whang, not a wang. So cheers, ladies and gentlemen, to wang-free beers. Okay, I'm going to take these off for now, just because there's a reflection on them. And when I do get prescription strength glasses, I'm going to have to get a reflection free. Okay, cigars. So, oh, no, but somebody asked me how I'm feeling. I'm feeling much, much, much better. I still have the occasional cough, but that's about it. So, I'm just waiting for my wife and child to get better. Pardon me. I purchased some very interesting cigars for my brother and his beautiful wife today. And then they canceled on me. And I'll show them to you right as soon as I tell the whole world that I'm actually streaming, which I forgot to do a moment ago. Lots of fan art to go through today, by the way. That's right, pulling out my fast typing skills. Facebook, Twitter, more Facebook. I have way too many Facebook accounts. I've got a dozen pages. Not really, but close to that. There. Okay, send. Will you work? Come on, computer. Send. Send the email to the social people. Yes. All right, great. Anyway, what was I saying? Cigars, right. So I went and I purchased some really nice cigars for my brother and his wife. They were going to come and do the show today, but they had to cancel due to my family being sick. I don't blame them. But I'm still going to smoke my cigar that I bought today. And here they are. Take a look at these bad boys. I got the last 3 that the shop had. I found a really neat cigar shop right next to my new office. My place of business switched offices this week, and so I've been walking around exploring, and I found a great cigar shop. Anyway, these are aged. These were made in 1997, and so that makes them, 15 years old or something? And one of the unique things about them is instead of having a cigar band, it has a metal ring. That is an aluminum metal ring. It says Macanudo Vintage Maduro, and this is a vintage from 1997. But I don't know how they got this on. Because if I were to try and pull this off, it would scrape the leaf right off. Because it's a hand-rolled cigar underneath it, which means it's kind of bumpy. But I'm not sure how they got this on. So I'm going to have to smoke it with the ring on and then just pull it off later. These were pretty expensive. Now, I only bought them because I got a wonderful cigar donation from the fans. I've been shouting every week for the past 3 or 4 weeks, thanking everybody for the wonderful donations. And this fine fellow told me to go get some nice cigars, which I did. So I got some nice cigars. They were about $10 a stick. So I'm going to light on fire $10 in front of all of you all today. Not the end of the world, but it's still kind of pricey. But I am taking donations. Your donations fuel this fine program. Whether you're on Twitch TV or scotchandsmokerings.com, there is a PayPal donate button below. And I am committed to exploring the many fine and unique cigars of the world. And with your help, we can explore them together here on this fine program. So donate, 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 especially during the holiday season. Because Christmas is the time for what? Love. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's the time for love. And you know what I love? Besides Scotchy Scotch Scotch. A 1997 aged Maduro. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Just toasting the outside of the cigar. Just giving it a little bit of a toasty. Singeing just the outside of the cigar. I like to go around the rim. That way you can almost ensure an even burn while you're smoking it. And then once the rim is nicely singed, you go right to the center until it glows on its own. And then now that is a fine cigar. Macanudo Vintage Maduro. That's what this is called. The metal is cool upon my lips. William Moore asks, Dear Oxhorn, have you gotten a Christmas tree yet? Yes, I have. It's right behind me, and we've got presents underneath it. We're still getting many presents through the mail from Amazon, and we're going to wrap them up and have a nice big gift exchange on Christmas. I'm really looking forward to it. Tomorrow is going to be a snowstorm here in Seattle. Go ahead and open up another tab and check the weather report for Seattle. I haven't done so myself, but as I was leaving the office, my boss gave a big company announcement and says, winter warning, storm of the century tomorrow morning in Seattle. You don't have to come to work if it snows. So apparently tomorrow we're supposed to receive a whole lot of snow, which is fine by me because it's getting close to Christmas, and I would love to see a white Christmas. The snow probably won't stick around, but it'll be nice to bundle up Gavin nice and warm and put his little toes in the snow for the first time. I'm looking forward to that. Legolas85201 says, wow, it has been a year since I last watched you, Oxhorn. Welcome back. Sad to have seen you go, but you have made the right decision in coming back. Pleasure to see you here, good sir. Greg McLovin Hartung says, Ox, I'm pleased to inform you that I am working on a little project involving you and some of the regulars of this show. Keep an eye on the Scotch and Smoke Rings Facebook page for me to post it sometime, to post something this week. Well, congratulations, good sir. I do look forward to seeing what you can come up with. Odie says, oh boy, snow would be nice in Germany. Well, I'm sure it would. I just really hope it snows for Christmas. That's all I'm asking. I know everybody asks that, but is it too much to ask for a white Christmas? Someday it'll snow, I hope, on Christmas. I don't know the last time it snowed on Christmas here in Seattle, because I don't know if you know this, but Seattle is notorious for never, ever having a white Christmas. It rarely snows up here. And when it does snow, it makes the news because nobody up here knows how to drive in snow. You can have a tiny little sliver of snow on the road, and everybody freaks out and crashes their car into each other. So snow is a big deal up here because it never happens. Excuse me, I'm probably going to be doing that a few more times tonight. So I've got this heater going on down here, and it's causing the hot air to rise, and it's messing up my smoke rings. Yeah, you see that? Alright. Well, guess I'm just going to have to shiver in my boots, because this is Scotch and smoke rings. What kind of program would this be if I had the Scotch but not the smoke rings? I guess I don't really have the Scotch, but I do. So here's some Scotch. It's sitting right here, so therefore I can still call this Scotch and smoke rings. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Bottoms up. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a fantastic show for you. You guys have been very prolific with your fan art. And so it is time for me to show off your creative endeavors. Now, when I logged into this Scotch and Smoke Rings Facebook group today, there were like 25 pending group invite requests. So, I hope I got you all. If you have been waiting for me to accept your submission, I just did. And so you should be able to add your fan art now. And I see that there are a couple more submissions since I checked 30 minutes ago. And that's okay, because I'm going to open them up, and we will go from there. Why are they spelling Constantinople? Even by the time this was recorded, it was called Istanbul. Whatever. Alright. There we go. Okay. Here is our first submission from Paul Riley. And he says that I posted this on the wrong site last week. Merry Christmas from Mr. Evil. Look at that! Custom fan art from Paul Riley. Look how well he has done here. This looks just like Associate Professor Evil / Lieutenant Colonel Virtue / Mr. Evil. You know it's bad when your character goes through 3 different names during the process of a series. But nicely done, sir. That's got to be one of my favorites. So thank you very much for that one. Then we have this from John Gulbreth Bagley. I can't call him Bagley because he'll get mad at me. So it's Bagley. 3rd addition to my picture song, he says, Draenei hooves hanging from some barbed wire. And look at that, there are the Draenei hooves. And of course, they're hanging from barbed wire. Man, you, sir, are one creative and prolific individual. Thank you for that. Next up is Joel Bryson. He is a frequent contributor to ScotchandSmokerings.com fan art, and he decided to show us his beard. So there we go. This is his beard. Thank you for sharing, Joel. We do love it when people post their beards. If you have a manly beard, feel free to post it. Now, here's a good one that I wanted to share with you. This is a question from Joneth, a frequent Scotch and Smoke Rings viewer, and he says, Greetings, Oxhorn. This is Joneth from the chat. My sister-in-law is taking a nutrition class in college, and we had an interesting 20 rounds about smoking. She says that all smoking is inhaled into the lungs. I stated that proper pipe and cigar smoking is not supposed to be inhaled into the lungs, but into the mouth to enjoy the flavor, and then expelled. She and her grandmother both said that her grandfather inhaled his pipe smoke, and that he was doing it right. Every time I would try and rebuttal, they would say that I am wrong, because I don't smoke. Please don't hold this against me. Of course I don't hold it against you. If you don't smoke, that is your choice. Do you have a link on proper pipe and cigar smoking edict that I can show them? Yes, and in this particular thread, I linked some of the better sources that I found, and I'm going to share them with you right now, because I realize that this is an interesting topic. Here is a forum. It's a pipe smokers forum, and this fellow asked a similar question, and all of the responses were, nope, pipe smokers and cigar smokers are traditionally non-inhalers. They do not inhale their smoke. Here's an article by The Art of Manliness, a fantastic website right now, by the way. It's called A Pipe Smoking Primer, and they talk about inhaling right here, and it says, note, it is suggested that you not inhale the smoke into your lungs. Pipe smoking is different from cigarette smoking. This type of tobacco is a bit stronger and is more for the flavor. So again, you do not inhale. Finally, I will leave you with this one. Here's a very interesting website. It's called The Wayward Irregular, Essays and Storytelling. In an article entitled The Gentleman's Guide to Smoking a Tobacco Pipe Without Looking Like a Hipster, a fantastic article, by the way. This entire website is really unique. It's old-timey and very nice. And there's a section right here that talks about inhaling. Starting here, it says, do not inhale either. That's not how you taste. It's not how it was designed to smoke, and you will become a nicotine addict or make yourself sick. If you're taking to the pipe because you think it's a good way to quit smoking, or it's an alternative to cigarettes, throw yourself out of a window. Take it slow when you draw. We're smoking a tobacco pipe, not prepping a Hawaiian boar roast. Indeed. I couldn't have said it better myself. So the verdict is no longer out. The truth is that pipe smoking is not to be inhaled and only to be enjoyed through proper tasting with your mouth and not putting into your lungs. This is from Andreas, and he apparently uploaded this a week ago or so, he thought, but he found bacon on the rails in, where is this? Here it is, I call it bacon rails. It's snow on a subway rail. I'm not sure where this is, but apparently snow fell in such a precise pattern here that it looks like a strip of bacon. And if there's one thing that we enjoy here at scotchandsmokerings.com, it is a tasty strip of bacon. So thank you for that, Andreas. Here's this from Autumn, and of course, I love scotch. Scotchy, scotch, scotch. Here it goes down into my belly. Well, Ron Burgundy is my personal hero, so of course. Here's one from Ghoulbreath again, and it's a nice little Christmas card. It says, Gnome head skewered on some poles. Actually, I believe I showed this off last week. That's right, because this is part 2 of his song, and then we saw part 3 today. Well, thank you for that one anyway. And then there's this from Patricia, a.k.a. Shauna, and she says it's a work in progress, but she's entitling it Trip Down Memory Lane. And these are some of the many episodes of Scotch and Smoke Rings. Only these are the smoke ships. Scotch and Smoke Rings, episode 18, 19, 20, 21, and here are all of the smoke ships that she has captured for posterity in this nice collection, all the way up to episode 141. That's a fantastic grid. It's pretty great seeing all of the smoke ships that we've created over the span of 20 some odd weeks. Excuse me. So, excellent submission, Shauna. I can't wait to see more. Thank you for that. And then there's this from Ryu. Now, Ryu has been a prolific poster of interesting things to our Scotch and Smoke Rings group. Many of them are not applicable to fan art, and so I don't show them. But this one is, and it was a great submission, so I'm going to show it off right here. Does this fit you, kind Sir Oxhorn? And I'm going to go ahead and like this. Look, apparently this is me if I were in South Park with a top hat, a cigar, a beard, and some scotch. Of course, on the red carpet, because I'm always on the red carpet and the center of attention. So thank you for that one, Ryu. Nicely done. And then Ryu is sharing us some Kraken. Yes, we are fond of Kraken Black Spiced Rum here on scotchandsmokerings.com. We all know that this is Bean's favorite beverage, and I used to show it off here quite a lot, but not recently. Pat Dakita says, I just found in-game of Brandon Dennis versus either Ironbark or Greg Hartung playing Hearthstone in WoW. So, yeah, this apparently... this looks like a Hearthstone game board, right? That's pretty fantastic. And if I were Alliance, I guess I would be a dwarf. So, anyway, thank you for that one, good sir. This is from Shauna, and she says, after going down memory lane, I ended up finding one of my favorite moments from Scotch and Smoke Rings way back in episode 124. It starts at about 58:30 when the hosts want proof that the real Jesse Cox was in the chat room. I remember this episode. It was pretty funny. I'm not going to show the video. Just go to the Scotch and Smoke Rings group and watch the video right at about that spot. It's pretty hilarious. So thank you for that one, Shauna. And then Eric decided to share this with us because he just turned 31. I celebrated my 31st birthday back on Tuesday, he says. And so he made himself a birthday card here. It says, happy 31st birthday, Eric. And of course, it's the Lich King wishing him a happy birthday. So thank you there, Eric, for your submission, and happy birthday to you, good sir. Stacy White gives us our final submission of the week, and it says, for when you have to have it on the rocks. And of course, the Temple of Elemental Tastiness, critical hit D20 Ice Mold, right? Of course, this is from Think Geek, but for all of my fellow geeks out there, if you want to enjoy your classy cup of scotch, but maintain your geekish roots, you might want to get this D20 Ice Mold. That's pretty amazing. I really want one of those. I've never been a big D&D player, but there's just something magical about that. So thank you for that one. That's pretty great. All right. That's all the fan art for now. Thank you for all of your submissions. Even if you submit something right now, I'm not going to show it today, but put it on the Scotch and Smoke Rings group page, and I will be sure to show it off next week. And of course, my cigar went out. That's what happens when you talk too much. William Moore says, Oxhorn and South Park. Now that would class up the show. Indeed. I have a love-hate relationship with South Park. On one hand, I find them funny sometimes. And they're also witty. And they have good arguments sometimes. And yet on the other hand, they have entire episodes about poop. And that's not classy. So, a love-hate relationship with South Park. There we go. I can get the smoke rings out when I'm not, when I'm either not sick and I'm not blowing a bunch of air in here. Greg McLovin Hartung says, do you think that you'll be up for Hearthstone tonight? Maybe. Let me see if Hearthstone downloaded appropriately. You see, I haven't played it since last week when I was asked to play it, and I'm going to check to make sure that it downloaded the appropriate patches. While we're waiting, since Christmas is coming up, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to get your loved one The Tale of Cloron Hastings. That's right, this year's young adult swashbuckling adventure yarn, written by yours truly, taking place upon the high seas in a fantasy world of my own invention. The Tale of Cloron Hastings, available at cloronhastings.com and found in all fine bookstores everywhere. And by all, I mean one. There is only one bookstore that is currently holding my novel, unless it's online. So you'd have to go to Seattle to check that out. But anyway. The Tale of Cloron Hastings, folks. Your family will enjoy it. Come on. BattleNet required update? I thought I updated this all already. Alright, let me move this to the side. I'm going to let that update. Hopefully it'll be done by the time the show is over. You needn't add any flavoring or any raw milk unless you desire. Try a Horlick luncheon tomorrow. El Toro Guaco says, I remember the Towley mention in the Wii Game Weekly video reviews. Do you, Gornt? Is Gornt here? If he is, I missed. Hey, he is here. Pleasure to see you, Gornt, who is apparently not a South Park fan. But that's understandable. Gornt has always had exquisite taste, and he's always been a gentleman, so I can understand why he would not be a South Park fan. But I'm about to rock your world, everybody. For those of you who have been following me since my Wii Game days, you're going to remember our weekly video reviews. And you're going to remember that I used to lovingly pick on my co-host Gaunt and point out his baldness. The man is no longer bald. Gaunt, can I tell the world? Can I tell the world that you are no longer bald? That you have done something? That's right. He says, I have a full head of hair now. He does. The baldness has subsided. And the wonderful hair has grown from his very follicles to adorn his glorious head. Gort says, I have a full head of hair now because no one would have anything to say to me, right? You're just a scary dude, right? You had the bald thing going on, you were tall, you were an intimidating figure. But now that you have hair, you could sell suits again, right? You were approachable and you look like a gentleman. So kudos to you, good sir. We have a little bit of beer today, not scotch. Cheers and bottoms up. Well, we do have some Wii game, some fellows from the Wii game days in the chat. Good to see everybody. Speaking of which, Gort, you still have that episode that we recorded on your machine. You need to send that to me so that I can upload it to the fans. KI6FHX says, I used to like South Park, but I can't take it now. I did read The Tale of Cloran Hastings, however, and I watched Scotch and Smoke Rings. You just got better taste, right? That's what happened. You now have better taste than you did when you were young. What does the Bible say? When I was a young man, I thought like a young man. I acted like a child. But when I became an adult, I put childish things behind me. That's what's happened. You now read The Tale of Cloran Hastings and watch Scotch and Smoke Rings. You have matured. Cheers to maturation. Oh, Gordon says, I'm just another schmuck with all this hair. Look, I can tell you from personal real-life experience, the more hair you have, the less schmucky you become. I mean, look at me. I am the anti-schmuck because I have so much hair. It's science. It's just the reality of life. El Toro Guaco says, Oxhorn, I've got a question. I'm 21, soon to be 22, but I recently found 3 white hairs in my beard. One of them is quite visible, while the other 2 are rather hidden. Is this normal at such a young age? Yes. Absolutely normal. I started finding white hairs in my beard at probably the age 24, 25. Your hair's going to go white at different ages based entirely upon genetics. It's just every family has their own predefined day when they start to turn a little white. It doesn't mean they're unhealthy. It doesn't mean they're stressed. It just means that the melanin in their hair follicles has been turned off. And so their hairs start to go white. So I can promise you, you're probably going to have many more years of lush, vivid color in your beard. But then eventually in your 30s, 35, 40, you'll probably go bald. Not bald, gray. You'll probably go gray. And that's okay. It just means you're wise. Gordon says, what if you have hair down to your waist? Doesn't that guy become a schmuck again? Okay, yeah, maybe. If it's head hair. If it's beard down to your waist, then you are top of the world, my friend. Just look at Jack Passion, right? That guy has beard down to his waist, and he may be an arrogant fellow, but he's got swagger. Yeah. The Dan Man says, no, he becomes ZZ Top. William Moore says, I need to reread The Tale of Cloran Hastings as I wish to start building key landmarks and ships in Minecraft. That would be fantastic. If you start building some of the scenes from The Tale of Cloran Hastings in Minecraft, let me know. I'd love to show them off on the show. Garnt says, gotta go. I just wanted to say hi, everybody. Have a good night. Pleasure to see you, Mr. Garnt, as always. Drop by anytime. Shawarma says it's insanely stupid to make you update all games to play one. Yeah, that's one of the frustrations that I had to go through last week. I'm sitting here trying to get Hearthstone to play, and it's updating Diablo 3. And I'm like, I never play Diablo 3. Oh, it's updated. I sure hope they haven't wiped all my cards. Okay, let's look at the patch notes. Oh, they changed Blizzard and Cone of Cold, and they did some mage stuff. Oh, good. They didn't change any of the classes that I like to play, and that makes me happy. So, all right, I'm gonna fire up Hearthstone towards the end of the show. We might play a few games. Greg, it looks like you're first in line because you brought it up. You'll have to just challenge me when I log on, and things will be good. But let's just continue with the program for a bit more before we start playing. Zack Attacks says, Oxhorn, I think you were cool before swag or swagger was. Swagger wishes it was as classy as you are. You know, swagger is a beggar. Swagger came to my door the other day and knocked on it and said, Oxhorn, sir, can I have some of your style? And I said, sorry, style is earned. It is never given. You got to acquire it on your own. And swag it just can't. It just can't. So there's also a difference between swag and swagger. All right, it looks like my cards are the same. Baldock says, programming alert. Will the show be on 12/26? That's the day after Christmas. Yes. I have that day off from work, and I don't believe my wife and I have any plans. So that's a tentative yes. If the family decides that they want to come over and do something, I might change my plans. And if that's the case, I'll let you know. But for now, yes, the 26th is still a go. Greg McLovin Hartung says, Ox Lepidus just made. Remind him of the perfect book for the holiday season. That's right, Lepidus, just for you. The Tale of Cloron Hastings, available from fine retailers online, Amazon, etc., etc. Get one for yourself. It makes a fine coaster as well. Do you have a wobbly table? It will fix it. Do you have a child with ADD? It will fix him too. Cheers. How's that? Just for you, Lepidus. I'm so glad you're back. Pardon me. Zachatex says, then in what opinion, Oxhorn, what is swag? Well, maybe I don't understand the cultural reference enough. There's swag and then there's swagger. Swag is like pirate booty. Booty. Not booty. Booty. Oh, I'm not going to get into that conversation. But when pirates raid merchant vessels, they come away with booty, a.k.a. swag. And I'm assuming all of those little fellows who run around with those swag shirts are saying, look at my swag, isn't my shirt amazing? Now, if they were actually using the word swag as short for swagger, saying that they have a certain modicum of swagger, well then that's just ridiculous. Why would they say that? I don't know. Patrick says, I just watched that darn Wii game thing at the end of one of Oxhorn's invented swear words video. Me and my brother used to drive Mom nuts because we would do that. Wii game. Wii game? Wii game! Wii game! Oh, Wii game! Oh. That was actually a spin-off of a Muppets thing, right? Remember? You would have the two Muppets and they would try and spell a word. Or was that Sesame Street? No, I forget. Shadow Wolf King X says, "Good day. Good day to you, sir, and to all the ladies and gentlemen in the chat today." Shawarma says, "Okay, that's a scary freeze. Apparently the frame just froze." Anyone else got a frozen frame? Hope not. Less swag, more class, says William Moore. That's great. I wish I would have said that. That is brilliant, my friend. I need to make a bumper sticker. Well, no, not a bumper sticker because I don't like bumper stickers. I need to make something that says, less swag, more class. That would be great. HT Star says, "Do you have an unruly child? This will fix him too." Thwack. I suppose that's true. Zack Attacks is helping my cultural deafness by explaining swag to me. He says, people treat swag in the same way that people use bling or style. It's rather vague and hard to understand. Very strange, Oxhorn, very strange. Well, apparently I'm out of my element here. I'm only 32 years old, and apparently I'm already beyond the cultural knowingness of the teens and the 20s and all of that. T-shirts? Yup. Ninja Wow says Yobo. That's right, Yobo. You only beard once. The first beard is the best beard. Don't shave it, please. Don't shave it. I had a friend at work today. It was weird. I was drinking my coffee, and in order to drink my coffee without getting it on my beard, I do this. I hold my beard back, and then I sip my coffee, and then I set it down. And that's, I mean, I'm used to doing that. That's my everyday life. But that was a unique and obscure thing for him. He thought that it was fascinating. He sat there laughing, and he says, "Brandon, I'm so jealous. I wish I had a beard." I'm like, all right. All right, well, that's cool. The fellow wants to drink coffee and worry about getting it into his beard. That's fine by me. Okay. El Toro Guaco wants to challenge me to a game, I believe. Is that what you said, El Toro Guaco? Koranes says, "Don't feel bad, Ox. I turned 28 Saturday, and I don't even get teens today." Maybe, I mean, do humans go through this often? Because I remember telling myself as a teen that, of course, I would understand the music of my children. I would never be one of those adults that would grow so mature that he didn't understand music and popular culture, etc. And now I find myself in my 30s looking at the youth of today going, that is your idol? Really? This is the kind of music you like listening to? I don't know if it's just an age thing or if music really is worse today than it used to be, but oh, I don't know. Maybe I am getting old. I got the few gray hairs, but apparently not as much as our good friend in the chat there, so. Okay. Alright, I am in the game right now. I guess I'd better show you. That's kind of important, right? So, I believe, Greg, you wanted to challenge me? Or El Toro Guaco? Let's see, do I have any spots left in my friends list? I've got 4 friend requests. Pardon me. Alright, I'm in the game. Somebody challenge me. Challenge me to a game. And I will do my best to not die. Let me reduce the resolution here. There, that's better. That way I can get the chats back up there.
I can find my silver lining when I see the moonlight shining in the same song, sycamore tree.
Yeah, that guy just got banned. See, that's the nice thing about having such unfathomable power on Twitch. You can ban anyone you want. Excuse me, gosh. All the coughing happens while I'm trying to do a show. Okay, looks like John Bagley wants to do... Okay, I'm going to tell you guys my battle ID. It's Oxhorn space pound 1649. Rolleron, good to see you, sir. He says, Oxhorn, did you get my tweet? I'm so sorry. I don't have my Twitter machine up here. Let me see if I can find your tweet. Rings, says Tossup. I don't see your tweet, my friend. I don't see it. But it's quite possible that my stream hasn't updated yet. So let me do a smoke ring for the fans. I know that's why they come here. There, how's that? Synapse says, oh, fantastic, you're streaming. Greetings. Greetings to you, good sir. Pleasure to have you here. We do this show every Thursday night at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, and the plan is right now to do it next week as well, even though it's the day after Christmas. But so far, that's the way it's going to work. ThunderGod says, stop coughing, Ox, you're making me do it. Trans-cyber contagion. Yeah, sorry about that. It just, apparently I've still got some junk in my lungs, so. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do this. Greg, you can't look at my cards. Yeah. William Moore says, yes, I miss men like Dean Martin and Sammy Davis Jr. Now I have to put up with Justin Bieber and Lady Gaga. It's such a shame. Indeed, I have to agree. You and I have similar tastes. Cheers to having classy tastes. Bottoms up, ladies and gentlemen. Only once a week, says Noctuni. Yes, Noctuni. Only once a week, but it's an excellent show, right? Excellence doesn't happen all the time. You gotta sacrifice to see excellence. And we sacrifice a few of our days. Okay, so Greg has not yet played a unit, and I just played my sword, and that gave me Overload 1, which means I'm only going to have 2 orbs of mana next turn. Elizabeth says, yawn, I can't stop, so tired, but I must watch. Alright, well, let's see what happens here. Oh my. Alright, so far he's winning. I am down to 28 health and he still has 30. The Walrus says, am I the only one who notices that Oxhorn's shirt today is pixelated? I suppose it could be. All right there, Greg. Do your worst. My shirt is a plaid shirt, and I guess on small resolutions it may look a tad pixelated.
You are listening to Radio Dismute.
Toss Up 161 says, make rings. Okay, okay. Patience, my friend. How's that? Guess I'll have to go with that. Noctuni says, one more thing, then I'll shut up. You are awesome. P.S. I'm a 23-year-old guy. There's still hope for humanity. I sure hope there's hope for humanity. There are times when I look at the news and I think, there's no hope for humanity. But then there are times when I think there might be hope for humanity. And this audience is one of the reasons I think there might be hope for humanity. Leof asks, how did the whole Radio Dismuke / YouTube thing go? Well, there's a company out there trying to gain copyright access to all of my Oxhorn movies. Of course, that's against the law. I own the copyright to all my own movies, and I've been fighting them. I had success in that I got them to give me back the copyright to many of my movies. However, I don't have the rights back to all of them yet. I'm still working on that. In fact, that's one of the things that I'm going to be working on tonight. So, the Oxhorn side of things is better. Now, the Scotch and Smoke Rings side of things is not better. Because I looked into copyright law a little bit, and apparently, even though Radio Dismuke is playing music from the 20s and 30s, music that is in the public domain, apparently a song can be in the public domain, but the recording of that song can still be under copyright. And that apparently is the case with much of the music on Radio Dismuke. So they are claiming copyright to many of my Scotch and Smoke Rings episodes. And apparently there's very little that I can do about it. So I'm just miffed. What can I say? I'm just miffed.
Heute muss ich einfach lustig sein. Heute ist mir alles gleich, ob ich arm bin oder reich. Heute liegt meine Welt im Sonnenschein. Ich bild mir ein, es geht mir wunderbar. Und wenn es auch nicht wahr, denn meine Sorgen haben gleich morgen heute nicht.
Okay.
Dafür bin ich aufgelegt. Heute muss ich einfach lustig sein.
Aw. That's what I get for talking too much. My cigar has gone out yet again. Now, this cigar is actually pretty good. This is a very dark cigar, but like beer, I tend to prefer dark cigars to lighter cigars. So that's actually alright with me. If you want to relight a cigar that's gone out, don't tap off the ash. Just singe the wrapper around the edge of it, and then take a few tokes, and that will pull the fire in towards the center. Ouch. No avoiding that one. Nicely played, good sir. Ralaron says, it was regarding the note I sent you. The picture of the guy on it was a character you did the voice for, and I think you may have forgotten about it. Did I promise to do some voice acting for you and I forgot about it? If that's the case, then just send me an email reminder, Ralaron, because, I mean, sometimes I do forget, and I apologize if that's the case. Could you please give us the name of your cigar, sir, says Rebel Monk. Yes, today I am smoking a Macanudo Vintage Maduro. This cigar was made in 1997, and it has a nice aluminum band on it, which I'm really enjoying. It really adds to the experience for me. Wow, Greg, you're actually winning. I'm down by 10 points. Greg is having a good game today. Now, the backstory is that I've pretty much wiped the floor with Greg in the past. No shame to him. No shame to him. But in this game, he's actually doing very well. So, kudos to you, sir. The Mad Greek 7 says, where did you get the cigar? You can get cigars like this online. I believe cigars.com or Thompson Cigar has these. But I actually purchased this from a cigar shop near my place of business. There we go. That should even things up just a little bit, I should say. Oh! Oh my goodness. Go easy on an old man like me. Okay. There we go. All right, things are back in my favor. Time to blow a celebratory smoke ring. Oh, well, I got lucky. I mean, that's not luck, that is skill right there. Bingo. Alright. I promise not to use this shaman next time. I'll use my hunter next time. Just warning you ahead of time. Mason 1993 is asking questions about sampling different alcoholic beverages when he turns 21. And good game, sir. Good game. And my only suggestion to you is to take it slow. I realize that you're going to want to experiment with a whole bunch of different types of drinks all at once, and that could cause you to get a little tipsy quickly. So my recommendation would be to go to a pub with some trusted elderly friends, whether it's an older brother or some older friends in college or some friends of the family, and take it slow, get a nice big pub meal of like shepherd's pie, and then try an ounce of just straight scotch. And that's going to be really rough on you. I'm telling you that right now. It's going to be harsh, it's going to be smoky, it's going to be pretty rough. But, I mean, it's good to get used to scotch, because scotch is a gentlemanly drink. And then, after you've tried your ounce of scotch and you're feeling alright, then maybe try a dark beer. A really nice, tall, dark beer. And then sip that with your meal. Drink it slowly over the course of your meal. And then this should take you an hour, and maybe an hour and a half to get through your scotch and your beer. And then you'll be feeling really good. You'll be feeling really relaxed, as you should. And so, after you finish your meal and your beer and your scotch, maybe end the night with something like an alcoholic coffee. One of my favorites is, I believe it's called Irish Cream, where they take an Irish cream liqueur and they mix it with real coffee and then a little dab of milk. It's caramely. It's very tasty. And then sip that slowly with maybe a little bit of a dessert, like some ice cream or a chocolate chip cookie, a really warm chocolate chip cookie. And then enjoy that with a cigar while talking with your friends, again, over another hour. Alcohol should not be chugged, really. That's not the best way to enjoy it. It's best if used slowly with some good company, men that you respect, with great conversation. That, my friend, is the way to go about it. All right, here we go. ThunderGod91 says, Ox, my first hard liquor was Scoresby on the rocks. Good on you, sir. Scoresby is a fine go-to scotch, I have to admit. Okay. What can I do? Let's try that. Synapse says, I'm sad to hear someone is trying to claim your songs. The claim system is so broken right now. Greedy companies need to pay us, not the other way around. Yeah, people are trying to claim my songs. The system on YouTube is broken. It's just ridiculously broken. And I'm weighing my options and I'm doing my research to try and find a way to claim my own music back again. So it'll all work out.
Let them know about the wonderful music you're enjoying right here on Radio Disease.
It'll all work out. Okay. Wow, you did very well there. You really want to keep that guy. He's got 6 life. What can I do to destroy that creature? Okay, alright. I just got a message from somebody. It's not showing up in my... Whoa! What did you do? Oh, he just wiped out my entire army. Alright, I just got a message from somebody. How do you know who you had messages from? Well, if you send me a message, send it again, and I'll try to respond. El Toro Guaco says, Oxhorn, after that match, can you check your friend's request? I'd like to have a match with you before I call it a night. Sure. What was your name? I've got a bunch of pending friend requests, and I want to add the person that... There we go. Is that you, El Toro Guaco? Alright, sorry. Sorry, Greg. I'm playing right now. Let's see. Let's try... Blah, 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 blah. All right. Alright, Guaco2802, I just sent you the friend request. I told Arturo Guaco that I would fight him next, and so that's what I'll do. Wow, what happened to all my men? Oh, man. Nice call. Ah, so close. There we go. I think that was well played. Thank you, Tank Dog Guy, for helping me out in the chat there. Oh man, you're silencing all my guys. But sadly, it will not help you. Here comes the barrage. Well played, Greg, as always, sir. You were an admirable opponent. And we will have to play again. I promised El Toro Guaco a game, so... El Toro Guaco, if I can find you... Doomdog says, can I verse you next? El Toro Guaco, I tried sending you an invite, and I can't actually find you, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we can play because I don't see you on my friends list. Gulbrand says, smoke ship? Yeah, let me do one more game, and then I'll end the program. I'm going to have to go with Doomdoggy because... because I don't see El Toro Guaco here. There we go. Okay, Doomdoggy. Alright, this will be my last battle, and then we'll go ahead and do the smoke ship. So start thinking of your smoke ship ideas, ladies and gentlemen. Start thinking about your smoke ship ideas. Get those ready. After this battle, we shall end the program. For those saying that you want to face me, let's take a rain check. I've got this game ready for next week, so maybe we can do it then. That's alright, El Toro Guaco. We can do it another time. This is a pretty good cigar. I am fairly impressed. They can't say that I don't do smoke rings here on the program. Thank you. Look at that fine cigar right there. It's a fine looking stogie. That is such a cool metal ring. I'll have to use this for some of my other cigars. Oh! Nicely played! Well done. Oh my goodness. What was that? I didn't know the hunters had that. Shoot. And they've got charge? Yeah, well, well, well. Noctuni, if you'd like to see previous episodes, just go to scotchandsmokerings.com. There's an episodes section of that website, and you can see all of my former episodes. Sign Up said that I just told my wife I want to start smoking cigars, and she said that I could. Boss mode, indeed. Congratulations, good sir. Smoke responsibly. Do not inhale your cigar, just taste the flavor, and then expel it from your mouth with class. Oh my gosh! Jeez, you're tearing me to pieces! Oh. That's rough. Okay. Oh well. It's worth it. Greg is in the chat saying, "Avenge me!" Oh no, he destroyed my weapon! This is not turning out very well. But I will do what I can. It's fine evenings like this when you're sitting with your chums, listening to gentlemanly music and drinking a classy beverage. These are the nights one lives for, gentlemen. Cheers and bottoms up. Oh, no! No, don't tear me up! Oh, and I'm done! Oh. Well. You have bested me. Congratulations, sir. But I'd like to say that I put forth a valiant effort. I would like to say, but who really knows? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that was a fun little battle. It's always fun to lose. But it's time for the end of the program. So, ladies and gentlemen, what is on your minds? At the end of the program, every week, I blow into existence a smoke ship that did not exist before, using the might of only this cigar and this bearded maw. But I will create my smoke ships based upon your ideas. So sound off in the comments, ladies and gentlemen. What would you like to see? Ninja of WoW says, Mr. Oxhorn, will you be watching the Doctor Who episode on Christmas Day? It's the last episode of Matt Smith. I would love to, but I probably won't due to my family not having a TV service. I mean, we have a TV, we just don't have cable. So I won't be able to see it, and I'll probably just catch up in the future. William Moore says Oxhorn, Staghorn, and Mortus fighting an army of evil undead robo-pandas while riding Scotch-fueled Kodo mechs and using bacon-wrapped bacon maces. Meanwhile, Lacey, Funk, and Associate Professor Evil flank the evil army shooting flaming cigar arrows and smoke ring grenades. Nicely done, sir. A very, very fine smoke ship idea. Ninja of WoW says Oxhorn traveling through space and time with the Doctor and Ninja of WoW. Mr. 8-Ball, Ghoulbreath, and Staghorn eating the massive pecan pie, while Mortus, Walrus, and Shawarma are pwning Alliance noobs in Arathi Basin. Nova and Lacey are sitting on a cruise ship made of bacon and waffles with Kevin Bacon, right here, and Gavin, Mr. Evil, and HT Star are killing gold farmers, beggars, and hackers in the Undercity. Nicely done. Mason 1993 says Oxhorn on a flying bacon steamboat sailing across the sky using smoke ship cannons to defend Santa as he makes his rounds to all the good little boys and girls. I like how you tied that in. Mr. 8-Ball says, Ninja of WoW, Mr. 8-Ball and Baldox converting hipsters into classy citizens with glasses while destroying weeping cyber gnomes, turning the world something. Gavin with his magic rattle and it flew off the screen. Wow, you guys are going really fast. Jimmy says, Oxhorn and the gang in a Zeppelin flying over the Vatican on midnight mass, protecting the Pope from trickster elves and pandas who wish to embarrass the Pope and spoil this classy celebration. Indeed! Wow, a lot of smoke ships today. Coranes says, Oxhorn and the crew on a Zeppelin having a gnome punting contest at sunset, with the prize being aged 20 years cigars. Nicely done, good sir. Okay. Wow, lots of smoke ships. Baldock says Oxhorn in his bacon sleigh drops his book down every chimney while his reindeer run over pandas and hippie elves. Afterwards, they all feast on bacon panda pizzas while drinking scotch. Gotta love it. Doomageddon says Oxhorn and the gang in a Zeppelin flying over the Vatican. Oh wait, I just read that, didn't I? That's right, I just did. ThunderGod91 says Oxhorn, Stag, and Ghoulbreath and Rollaron while with Greg, Hartung, and Patrika and Autumn and friends drinking microbrew beers while flying on the backs of bacon griffins who poop elf begone on the unaware alliance below. Now, imagine that in smoke, right? The smoke ship is coming this way, and then... Wow, it's just... That seems very technical. I'd be interested in experimenting with that. All right. Smoke ship time. I know some of you got to go to work and sleep. Look, you all did very well. A lot of great ideas. It's really hard to beat William Moore's, though. He had a pretty fantastic smoke ship. You all had great smoke ships. So we're going to go ahead and do William Moore's today. So pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. If you blink, you miss it. But here we go. You're not supposed to cough when doing the smoke ship. Sorry. That's what happens when you have a cold. All right, one more time. Here we go. Let's try this again. Whoa! Did you see that? For the briefest of moments before your very eyes, were Oxhorn, Staghorn, and Mortus fighting an army of evil undead robo-pandas while riding Scotch-fueled Kodo mechs and using bacon-wrapped bacon maces. Meanwhile, Lacey, Thunk, and Associate Professor Evil flank the evil army, shooting flaming cigar arrows and smoke ring grenades. Nicely done, William. Thank you for that one. I hope you all enjoyed it. These smoke ships, they're one-of-a-kind masterpieces. Take screenshots of them, as Patrika has been doing, and then save them for your offspring to enjoy in the future. Ghoulbreath says, please at least see mine. All right, let me see what yours was, Ghoulbreath. Ghoulbreath was Mr. Evil flying a chocolate bacon-covered man of war as all the fans man the cannons. Oxhorn gives the order to fire and gnome head cannon balls fly forward towards hippie ships, led by my hippie neighbor Tom. Right, I do have a hippie neighbor Tom. And I'm making ThunderGod91 cough. Sorry about that. Next week I will be completely cured and I will have no more coughs. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you all had fantastic smoke ships. Thanks for coming. We had a great turnout today. Thank you everybody for coming to the show. Remember, next week, the 26th, same Ox time, same Ox channel, scotchandsmokerings.com at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. We're going to have a fantastic show, and I hope to see you all there. In the meantime, eat lots of protein, grow beards, stay safe, and as always, we say here on scotchandsmokerings.com, be sure, my very good friends, to stay classy.